This is the second part of the Chapter 1 tests review. Okay, this is 1-2 orders of operations. Here it asks us to evaluate the expression. Okay, we'll start with number 4. Okay, number 4, I can make this bigger for you, gives us this expression, and we need to evaluate. Evaluate means to find one value. Okay, so we have to learn how to put this in one value, and we have to follow the order of operations. Okay, we follow something called Pemdas. Okay, the parentheses goes first, then the exponent, multiplication or division, we do it left to right, then adding and subtraction, we do this left to right. Okay, if we follow that order, we should be perfectly fine. Looking at this, what is the first thing that we do? We do this exponent because there's no parentheses, so we move to the exponent. So we have to worry about this term first. Okay? So, what? Uh, Sorry about that. Okay. What does 3 square become? 3 square is 3 times 3. Okay, let me just put that on the side for you, right? 3 times 3 is equal to 9. Okay, that's why right here this becomes 9. Okay, do you see how this term becomes this term? Good. Next, we do multiplication or division. Right? Let's look for multiplication and division. I see something here. Okay, so again, I'm going to rewrite it. Okay. 3 times 5, which is 15. Okay, do you see? Nothing happened to that negative. I'm just doing the 3 times 5. Okay, let me show you. 3 times 5 is 15. Good? Next, we want to evaluate adding and subtraction from left to right. Okay. 10 minus 15 is minus 5. Then after minus 5, okay, negative or minus 5, negative 5, plus 9, right? You have $9 plus you owe someone $5, right? 9 subtract 5 is what value here? It should get you the value 4. Okay? So this is the final answer for number 4. Okay? Number 5. Let me just erase this here. Okay? Number 5. Okay? We'll just do it step by step, okay? This is number 5 right here. Whoa. Whoa, that's pretty big. Okay? Let me make this smaller font for you here. Okay? Number 5 gives us this. We follow the same procedure, okay? But you're asking me, "Wait, Mr. S, there's two brackets here." Correct, right? There is this big one, then there is this small one. Okay, we work with the innermost one, so we work with the one inside the other one. This looks like it's inside the bigger parentheses, right? So we worry about that one first. Okay, let me just remove the number for you because you already know it's number 5. All right, so the 2 nothing happened to the 2. We put the bracket 4 subtract 5, right? 2 plus 3 becomes 2 plus 1 becomes 3. Okay, do you see how this became this? Good. Do you see how I write the rest? Make sure you write the rest, okay? It helps you keep track of where each thing becomes what other. All right. So, next, we look, there's a subtraction, but here, this is next to each other. That's a multiplication. So we do the multiplication first. Okay? So 5 times 3 is 15. Do you see that? This comes from this. 5 times 3 becomes 15. Do not do this subtraction, okay? Because you have to do the multiplication first. Okay? Okay. 15. Now we do, what's next? We still have to do inside the parentheses. 4 subtract 15. 4, you lose 15. That becomes negative 11. Okay? right? Next, right? What's after? Because we no longer have parentheses, okay? These two, you can distribute it in, right? Or just multiply it. And that becomes 2 times negative 11 becomes negative 22. Oops, right? See that? 2 times negative 11 becomes negative 22. Plus 7. You leave that exactly the same. Now, you do that addition. Okay? Negative 22 plus 7. What does that become? Okay? This should become, right? You could do this by hand, right? You could even count up. Okay? 7, right? And you count up 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I hold up 15, okay? So that is negative 15, okay? Good? Okay. All right. Next is number 6. Okay. This is number 6 in the problem. I can just write it here for you. That's number 6. Okay. All right. Good. This is number 6. All right. Whoops. Let me do that. All right. So, same thing. You see how there's two? There's an inner bracket and there's an outside. We worry about the inside one first. Okay? So we worry about this. What does 4 plus 7 become? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right? 11. Okay? Now, you can get rid of the parentheses if you want. Okay? Maybe this makes it look better for you. Good. Okay? Now you just, when we do Pemdas, right, we add and subtract inside the parentheses from left to right. So 4 subtract 11 plus 1. Okay? You can do that any way you want. So 4 subtract 11 is negative 7. Okay? So let me do that for you here. It becomes negative 7. Okay? Then you want to, right? Good. Then what you want to do is add the 1. Okay? Negative 7 plus 1 is negative 6. Good. These two, yeah, you could just distribute the 3 inside. That becomes a multiplication. 3 times negative 6 becomes, right, that becomes the value of negative 18. Okay? So follow this format. Again, we do the innermost one. Okay? Let's go over number 5 now. Right? This is number 5. So, number 5. It looks different from 4, 5, and 6 because we have a bunch of variables here. We don't know the value of the variables, right? We can't evaluate until we figure out what it is. So we have to make a substitution. Notice how it says here that A equals to 3, okay? And B equals to 6. So wherever you see an A, you substitute a 3 in. Wherever you see a B, you substitute a 6 in. Okay? So let's just rewrite that for you. Okay? A cubed. What is A? A is 3. Boom. Okay, that is what this was. Okay. That was red. And B here was 6. Right? Oops, there's another red. Sorry. Boom, that was also red. Okay. And B is what? 6, right? So this becomes 6. And this was also 6. Okay? Let me color code that blue for you so you can see that much better. Okay? All right, good. Now we do that multiplication. Okay? Right? 3 cubed, 3 times 3 times 3. You should have gotten the value of, anyone? 27. Correct. So this becomes 27. Okay? 3 times 6. Do you see? Ignore this negative, right? Ignore this. Okay? Just worry about this. Okay? Just worry about the 3 times 6. 3 times 6 is 18. So this is 18. Okay? 6 squared, 6 times 6 is 36. Ah, do you see? It's very beautiful now once we deal with the exponents, right? Now we just do that. 27 minus 18 minus 36. Okay? You could write this out in expanded form if you want. Okay? So let's do this first. What is 27 minus 18? That should get you the value of 9. Okay? Then 9 times 36. That should get you your value of 27. Alright. Good. Number 6. Okay. Number 6 looks like this. Okay. Alright. It looks the same way as number 5, but this time it has a weird fraction. Okay. Nothing's changed. Again, we have to make that substitution. A equals to 2. Let me make that red for you. And B equals to 5. We're going to follow the same procedure as before. Wherever we see A, we substitute 2 in. Wherever we see B, we substitute 5 in. Okay, here's a B, so we substitute 5 in. Good? Right? That was blue. A, that is a 2. Good, and we make that red. I'm color coding it so you could see it much better. Okay, oh, I see another A. Boom. Red. Okay, and there's a B here. So we make that a 5. Good. Alright. So that is how it looks like after the substitution. Okay. Now we can do some multiplication. Okay. Alright. We could do 5 squared is 25. So let me just write that. I did 25. Good. Next, you want to deal with, let me space that out a little bit much better. 2 times 5, this is 10. Okay, and divide by 2. Okay, let's worry about the top first. What is 25 times subtract 10? That becomes 25 subtract 10 becomes 15. Okay, you could do 15 divided by 2. That is equal to 7.5. But it's better if you just leave it as a fraction. Okay, this would be its most simplest form, right? We would call this a improper fraction. Okay, so here I covered all 1-2 of the order of operations.